What's going on, homies? Welcome to the Correct Soccer Podcast. On today's episode, we will be covering all of our picks from Week 11, as well as going over some of the Week 12 picks and some MLS records being broken in the Sporting Kansas City and the LA Galaxy game. Is it a good stat? Is it a bad stat? You'll have to tune in to find out. This is the Correct Soccer Podcast. What's up, homies? The boys are in town. Lopez, Chino, Fern. Chino, say what's good to the people, my guy.
Jubilee. What's going on, my people? It's good to be back. Another week of soccer. Let's pull up that leaderboard, baby. Fern.
Fern.
Introduce yourself, man.
I don't want to. I'm tired.
Okay, he doesn't want to.
I'm tired of this, guys. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
Too damn bad!
Well, we will get started right into the leaderboard. We have maybe some changes. I'm not too sure. Let's go ahead and check it out here. Oh, my goodness. Boys, I'm pulling ahead. I don't know what to tell you. Let's see here, guys. Look, I'm at the top with 68 correct picks. Sweet. I love it. I like to see it. That's just how I am. It's all I do is win. Lopez with 65 and Fern right behind with 64. Crazy, boys. I gotta know though, how many correct picks did we get this last weekend?
You had 9, or sorry.
Did you put it wrong?
I think I messed it up a little bit. Yeah, because Lopez.
I believe I had 8.
Okay, yeah. So that is, you had 8. Lopez had 9, and I had 7. Well, I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure I put it in right. Maybe it just threw me off because I looked at it again. But yeah,
okay.
We were all pretty within a couple picks of each other, which is
okay. Either way,
this is the top. But who ended up on top with the most picks correct? I had to dress up for the occasion.
Oh, with the correct picks. I'm sorry. Yes, you're right.
No, Reyes, we'll have this conversation next week, my friend. As for this week, I'm coming for you, man. I'm coming for you. I'm not looking back. I don't know who this other guy is, but all I see is my next target.
Nice, dude. I freaking love it. Yeah, man. I mean, honestly, you've been on everybody's tail. I mean, you were at the front for like the whole 5, 6, 7 weeks, maybe, and then some slower weeks, which is fine, slower weeks. But now you're still there. You're still there. We cannot get rid of you. You said you were a novice. You're not. You're obviously doing very, very well. But hats off to you, man. I'm obviously going to see if I can continue that lead, but we will see. Some interesting games here coming up.
You were so far ahead, though, and I'm only one behind you, so.
Hey, man, all I got to say is we'll see how the race ends, and I'll see you at the finish line.
Nice, dude. Love that. Well, the leaderboard, we will be updating that every single week with our picks. Follow us on our picks, ladies and gentlemen. All of our followers, let us know who we're picking correct, who we're picking wrong. Let us know about it. We want to hear from you. So please give us a follow, like, subscribe. On to the next segment, everybody's favorite segment, the correct performances of the week. I'm going to kick us off. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to kick us off real fast. Please feel free to chime in if you would like. To kick it off, the correct game of the week for me has to go to San Jose versus the Timbers. I thought it was a great game. At the end of the day, I think it was 4-1. Really, San Jose, kind of a bit of an underdog for that game. Timbers have been very, very good, very, very hot. So hats off to San Jose for getting that win and getting back to their winning ways. At the beginning of the season, I had high hopes. They went after after I said that, they went on like a 5 to 6 game losing streak. So thank you for not continuing that streak. But at the end of the day, 44% possession for San Jose. They didn't have the ball maybe as often as the Timbers did, but they made the chances work. Or they put the chances away when they had the chance with 4 goals. I mean, it's hard to win. It's hard to come back from that. And they also did have a couple chances called back for offsides. And I believe one of the there was like a handball that probably wasn't called. That was a little bit close. It could have been a bit of a more higher scoring game, but hats off to San Jose. And I think they have a very good schedule coming up that will favor them for May, that I hope will get them back into the top of the leaderboard for the Western Conference. Not sure what you guys thought of that game, if you guys even saw it, but good on for San Jose.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly wasn't expecting them to win. That's why I went with the Timbers, just with how well they had been playing. And prior to this game, the last 3 of their 4 games they had lost. And the one game they did win was against DC United, which was 6-1. So it just seems like either they're going to lose or they're going to score a bunch of goals past you. So
Yeah. And Chicho Arango did very well that game too. They're still without their star midfielder, but I will say that the fact that they put Espinoza like more up top, I think that helped them a lot because they've been playing him kind of like as a holding midfielder. It's like, bro, the guy can score, the guy can give assists, play him up top. I don't know what they were doing, but I'm glad that they did. So solid game, solid crack game for me. Correct player of the week for me. I think you guys, I'm gonna beat you guys to it, but hats off, Chucky Lozano went off, dude. Not only him though, I will give it to two guys this week. I want to give it to Chucky Lozano as well as Dreyer. Chucky had 2 goals, 1 assist. Dreyer had 2 assists and 1 goal, and I believe they both like assisted each other to kind of like give themselves a goal. So hats off to them for my correct players of the week. This is what I expect San Diego to look like week after week. The fact that they beat Dallas 5-0, what a crazy stat line, what a crazy amount of goals. But I think that's the San Diego team that everybody expects. When they don't perform this way, it's like, what the hell is going on? But when they do, it's like, what else do you expect, man? They got the firepower, they got the team, they got the fan base. What can you do? You know what I mean? So I like San Diego. They were a good team and obviously some good players. And then going right into my pour one out. I'm excited for this one, fellas. Pour one out. I'm gonna have to pour one out for LA Galaxy. I know it's a bit of a gimme, but listen to this. LA Galaxy, you've now gone 11 games without winning. So you've had losses and ties, but 0 wins. Guess how many shots Sporting Kansas City had on LA Galaxy this last weekend? I want you guys to
55.
guess. You think
55, bro?
You think they had 55 shots?
If I had to guess, like for reals, I'd say probably like 12.
Okay, that's a good guess.
I'm going to go something absurd. Give me 22.
22. Nuts, dude. No. So guess what? Sporting Kansas City won this game.
I just looked at
1-0. And they had 0 total shots.
God.
Oh,
bro, how do you lose?
Goal. That's right.
That's crazy.
Fellas, this is the craziest thing. And this is where we mentioned an MLS record, ladies and gentlemen. The first time ever this has happened in any MLS game where a team has shot 0 times, 0 attempts at goal, and has won the game 1-0. And it had to be against none other than LA Galaxy.
Oh, that's crazy.
Galaxy, man. That's just like, I'm going to just jump ahead right here. I'm like not even pouring one out for them anymore, bro. You just got to take out the freaking horse out to the back and just put it down, dude. LA Galaxy, I don't know what is going on, but figure it out. Yeah, great stat. That is amazing.
Yeah, honestly, it was pretty, like, when I heard it, I could not believe it. Like, and the fact that, LA Galaxy had 71% of possession, 11 shots, 2 big chances to score. I thought it was insane. I also had to look it up. I guess it has happened in other leagues, like the Premier League. Like there has been a couple games where 0 shots and it was an own goal that kind of won them the game. But this is the first time in MLS history that this has happened. So insane, people. We are witnessing history this season. It is insane, and the fact that this game happened, who knows what's going to happen? I think too. Going back to what your question was, Fernando, from last week. At what point will they fire their coach? Who knows? You just put on probably the worst performance of the organization's history. What's going to happen, dude? I don't know. You guys got to do something, though.
I don't know whether to blame the coach or the players, because it's like, yeah, the coach, obviously he has something to do or else they wouldn't have coaches. But it's like, how do you let that happen? How do you, how do you let a team that's had no shots on goal beat you? That's crazy. That's a crazy stat.
I know.
But
we gotta reach out to the witches of TikTok, bro, and see if they can turn it around for LA Galaxy, man. Because at this point, they need some divine intervention, some voodoo, some magic.
Because at the beginning of the season, you know what? They had injuries. They had all this. But now everybody's back. There's no excuse. They have Royce is a great player. Peck is a great player. Yoshida is getting up in age, but he's been a very consistent defender. And McCarthy has been one of the best goalies in the MLS. He's won the MLS Cup with the Galaxy and LAFC. It's like they don't have their squad's not bad. I just like
no.
I don't know what kind of freaking doll stabbing these people were doing, but
Dude, I know.
freaking
Some voodoo magic going
Just
on for sure. But
Icarus, man, they
what?
flew too close to the sun.
Yeah, man. Exactly. But that was my pour one out for them. I think on the list here, I got Fern up next here, man. Let us know what your crack performances are.
bet my crack performance was actually San Diego versus FC Dallas. Um, I had FC Dallas winning this past week, and it wasn't necessarily because I thought they were like a very good team. They did beat Inter Miami the week before, but again, they didn't have their starters, and you know what? Everybody gets lucky every once in a while. But San Diego also wasn't having the best like last couple run of games, so that's kind of why I was like, oh, I could see FC Dallas maybe upsetting them or doing something about it. But yeah, San Diego came in. They showed everybody that they're not playing around. Lozano came in and he had not necessarily like a breakout game, but he's kind of showing his class now and everything, and kind of getting more involved and stuff. So yeah, it's always good to see your star players actually performing and not having an LA Galaxy season and stuff like that. So yeah, that was my crack game of the week, just because they kind of came in and dogpiled on the FC
sure.
Dallas, showed Inter Miami how you do it. So, and then my cracked player of the week is actually Argentinian playing in the MLS. If you guys, it's Christian Espinoza for the San Jose Earthquakes, and yeah, he had the San Jose Earthquakes upset the Portland Timbers, and he definitely had something to do with it. He scored the first 2 goals within the first 30 minutes of the game, and he only had 4 shots the entire game. 2 of them were on target, and obviously those were the 2 goals. So it's like San Jose, they started off well. I don't know what happened. They kind of saw what LA Galaxy was doing and kind of wanted to have some of that. Yeah. But no, they definitely came in and proved that they're still definitely a good team. They were the underdogs. They did have less possession, but it doesn't really matter how much possession you have. What matters what you do with the possession you have. And they definitely did more than the Portland Timbers, who were actually on a really hot streak, which surprised me that they actually won by 3 goals. If they won, I could have seen it being maybe like 1 or something. But yeah, putting 4 past the Portland Timbers is a very good stat. And I did want to shout out an extra player. I was in between, and it was actually the goalie for Orlando City, Pedro Gallese. He actually had 8 saves in the game, and 7 of them were inside the box, so he kept them in the game. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to all my goalies out there. They need some love.
Nice. Love that, dude. Gotta show love to the goalies, man.
Yeah, and I'm not pouring anything for anybody this week, so I feel like I don't want to.
okay.
I don't want to add to. There's it's just hard to pour one out when there's only one team to pour out for. It's just kind of beating a dead horse at this point. So, and here's this just because I forgot.
Nice. Love that noise. Perfect. Love it, Fernie. Appreciate that, dog. Chino, Lopez, round us out, my guy.
Let's get it with my cracked team of the week. Well, not even team, just the game of the week here. Columbus Crew securing that 4-2 dub over Charlotte FC at Lower Field. They are now the top dogs in the Eastern Conference standings. So really cool game. Goals from many players: Dylan Shambost, Diego Rossi, Azel Jackson, and then Jason Russell Rowe sealed it off for the Columbus Crew there. And then Charlotte, Wilfred Zaha scored a penalty there for them. And then Liel Bada scored their 64th minute goal. But all around, great game. Columbus Crew really showing what's good. They're some of the top dogs here, and we had them ranked as cracked last week. So Very solid team. And now looking at my cracked player of the week, I'm gonna have to. Fern did not pay me to say this today. Our boy Messi earning player of the match day again for the second time this season, capping off that Inter Miami win 4-1 over the Red Bulls with a solid left-footed goal in the 67th minute, with an assist from Telasco Segovia. So Miami, dude, fourth in the Eastern Conference, so just 3 points behind Columbus, I believe. So
they're one game behind. So those 3 points is actually the game that they haven't played yet.
they haven't played. So
Yeah,
there you
it's
go,
a tight
man.
race.
Yeah, it's a tight race. They're looking good. But yeah, I gotta hats off to the GOAT, man. Like, we talk a lot of mess on Fern here. We say it's the retirement house, but dude, like, if Maradona was playing today and I would just be shitting on him 24/7, that's not smart of me. So gotta give it the man again his flowers.
Yes.
Lionel Messi looking solid. Pouring one out. We already went and covered this, but let's go beat the shit out of that horse, Fern. I don't care. LA Galaxy, man, take that horse in the butt.
Beat it down, man.
Take them to the Kentucky Derby.
Man, dang, looking rough.
I know. I can't believe it, dude. Some stars over at the Inter Miami game. I did notice that there was Patrick Mahomes was there. Same with OBJ. Obviously, they're going to point the camera over to Patrick Mahomes when Messi scores, and he kind of gives him that clap of like, oh, shit, nice goal. It's like, dude, you're watching the best player to ever do it. It is what it is. But that was kind of cool. And obviously, he's not even, he doesn't own like Miami or anything, but when, the Stars are playing and they're doing well, you got to go watch them. But I also think good on them for getting them a win too after getting knocked out of the CONCACAF, because Lord knows they need it. They need to kind of focus on the next tournament and getting, getting back on the right track.
And then like, this was last week, right? Did they just got knocked out, or am I tripping? But it's just one of those games that I can't even be mad that they lost, because they just got outplayed. So
yeah, for sure.
I hate those kinds of games, because I'm just sitting here wishing I had an excuse, but I don't.
For sure.
And
solid.
Fern, dude. I forgot, so I'm just gonna get you a
Oh,
ka-chow.
Ka-chow, Lightning McQueen over here, dude.
I
Dang.
freaking forgot my my second can, so that's what we get.
All good, man. All good. But yeah, dude, some good games and some good performances over the last week. If some of those performances were your top games, let us know. I'm going through really quick. I do believe we covered most all of them. New England with the win, Columbus with the win, DC with the win, and Miami. Minnesota United blanked Austin. They beat them 3-0, which was something we didn't cover. Hats off to Minnesota. And then I don't know if you guys watched this one. I don't think you guys did. But we also played Vancouver, and they only lost 2-1 to probably the best team in the league right now. I personally thought they could have beat them. Just my thoughts. RSL did block a penalty from Vancouver, and I was like, dang, man, they kept it close. The goalie kept them in the game. And I was like, honestly, on a different day with maybe in Salt Lake, RSL beats Vancouver.
And a whole nother team.
A lot better than I thought.
Yeah.
Whoa.
I did also want to point out, same as Inter Miami, New England is 9th in the Eastern Conference, but they're also one game behind. Mm-hmm. And if they were to win that game, they could jump all the way up to 3 spots. So they're also a pretty good team. So
yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, crazy stuff, man. But a solid week 11 for the MLS. So we'll share our crack performances. But getting right into the headlines, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not sure if you guys noticed this, but there was some U.S. soccer headlines. The National Soccer Hall of Fame. Did you guys know there was a Hall of Fame for the U.S. for soccer? Did you guys have any idea?
I assumed they usually have them for most sports, but
I know. I feel like I never hear about it.
I've never heard about it. No, for sure. The fact that we hear about it, but it would be cool. You have to honor your GOATs in some way, shape, or form.
For sure.
And there they are, dude. Look at the GOATs.
It is the class of 2025. Honestly, I don't know a lot of them. I know 2. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I know 2. I know her, Carly Lloyd, and I know this guy right here, Nick Rimando. But class of 2025, National Soccer Hall of Fame. Hats off to them. Obviously, there are people that kind of built out soccer in the United States. But, Mark Abbott, Chris Armas, Mary Harvey, Carly Lloyd, and Nick Rimando. Like I said, the only ones that I really kind of can point out is Carly Lloyd, because she played for the women's national team. And they won 2 World Cups. I think she's won, it says right here, she's won 2 World Cups and 2 Olympic gold medals. And then looks like the next one up here is Nick Rimando. We know who Nick Rimando is, fellas. I mean, he played goalie for the RSL. And look at this. This is crazy stat, dude. He played 553 games in 20 MLS seasons. That's nuts. I mean, compared to like some, global stars, like it is what it is. But like for somebody in the States, man, like that's a lot of games, bro. That's pretty insane.
He won. I'm looking right there that he won the MLS Cup twice. Who did he win it with aside from RSL?
So he said it won it. He won it with 2 different teams. I'm not sure who else. If you want to look that up while I kind of continue with this one, but yeah, he did obviously win it with RSL in what 2015. I want to say they won it. Did they probably around then, or maybe it was earlier than that? I don't remember exactly.
2004 was an MLS Cup winner.
Oh, okay. So he won in 2004 with who? Okay, gotcha. I was gonna say it had to have been some of those OG teams.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And then so then the next one, Armas, looks like he played the first 12 MLS seasons and was named MLS postseason best 11 5 times. Played in four finals and he won once. That's crazy. He played 66 games with the U.S. men's national team. And then we have Mary, which is a goalkeeper for the U.S. women's national team. That's pretty cool. I mean, I feel like goalkeeper, like you said, goalkeepers don't get a lot of love. So, I'm glad that they kind of continued with 2 goalkeepers here with Nick and with Mary. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, gold medal and the World Cup, the first Women's World Cup in 1991.
Wow. Yeah, the first. Wow.
FIFA Women's World Cup in 91.
That's awesome. Heck yeah. Solid there. And then, Abbott looks like he was the deputy, so the president and commissioner. He was a commissioner of the MLS for 10 seasons. Dang. That must have been a pretty cool job at the beginning, And then he had some stuff with business affairs and MLS around 30 years. Yeah, pretty cool job. So cool. This is more of the business side, but that's pretty solid. I'm sure he played too, probably at some point. And then, there was one more that was not there that should have been, that was going to be on there. But solid stuff right there. I think when we kind of look at things like this, like National Soccer Hall of Fame, you have a lot of like the whole Masters thing and the NFL Hall of Fame. And, we definitely have that tradition here in the United States. So it's pretty cool. Kind of going off of this though, I was just kind of curious, right, in terms of like you guys personally. I think we haven't really shared this with our audience and stuff, but kind of maybe like your top players, like your favorite players, not just nationally, like not just in the US, but just in general. Like what are like maybe your Mount Rushmore, like your top 4 soccer players that maybe you kind of, when you think about soccer, you think about these 4 people that maybe made you want to watch it, made you want to play it. Just kind of curious what your guys' Mount Rushmore of soccer were. Well, Fern, we'll start off with you.
I don't think I've ever talked about who my favorite player is to anybody, so probably people won't know who my number 1 is. But so you guys know from here on out, my number 1 player is Lionel Messi.
No way.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a surprise. He's not most, but a lot of people's favorite player. He's just what he does on the ball. Like it's hard to like describe sometimes, just because sometimes what he does doesn't necessarily turn into a goal or an assist or stuff. You just got to see him like play, like just the way he gets around like the opposition when there's like 4 or 5 players on him. He somehow finds a way to get out of that space and make like something out of nothing. And another player that's kind of like that, and I'm kind of gonna do it in a bit of like order, but not necessarily, besides Messi obviously being my number 1, because my next one coming up, kind of same thing, where you just kind of have to like watch him play, is Neymar. He was one of my favorite players. What he does on the ball, the way he like controls the ball, the flair he has on the pitch, it like makes it fun to watch, because some people for some reason like soccer to be very serious and very, obviously you want respect in soccer for sure, but I see some people get mad at, like I've seen some clips or just like during games where people get mad that he's doing skill moves around him. Like I saw this one where Neymar did a rainbow flick over somebody and they got mad. I'm like, hey, don't get rainbow flick, bro. Like, dude, I don't think it's like disrespectful. He's just putting some fun into the game.
Yeah, for sure.
And then my next one after was Marco Reus. He plays for the LA Galaxy right now. But yeah, he's definitely like, once I got into high school, I really like looked at the German culture and like really like liked it, took German in high school and did everything. So I kind of fell in love with Germany in general. So, and Marco Reus was just one of those players that kind of stood out to me. And I feel like most of the players I like aren't necessarily like the most goal scoring or anything like that. They just like the way they play the ball and stuff like that. So that's one of the reasons I like Dortmund so much, is actually because of Royce. Because ever since he left, I haven't really watched many games, especially after they made me get up at 7 in the morning just to choke the league title. That was annoying.
You remember
And
you told us that. It's funny.
and honestly, after those three, there's not like a specific like player that I love, like top. And yeah, I mean, it's up for debate right now. I mean, I love most Barca players, I'm not gonna lie, just because
Yeah.
that's most of the games that I watch. So I mean, I could say like I could just put up Cristiano up there just out of respect, but he's not like one of my favorite players ever to watch. But
Gotcha.
he is definitely one of the greatest to ever play. Number two.
Yeah. Yeah, for
So
sure. No, that is interesting. I feel like you do bring up Messi a lot, and obviously he's going to be in your Mount Rushmore. I feel like he's definitely the guy that maybe even just kind of like introduce you to the game, gets you excited about the game. So that's always like exciting to kind of think about or hear about. But those are some solid guys. I love Neymar. I love that you brought him up too. I just wish the guy would obviously stay healthy. But I love the way that he plays for sure. He's a solid player, solid pick. But yeah, man, those are good. I love the little Mountain Rushmore there. Maybe we'll make some graphics and we'll make a post out of it. To kind of share with everybody. But Chino, what do you think, man? What I know you're more of the novice here, right? So I'm kind of curious. I'm very curious, actually, of what yours will be.
Number one, first and foremost, man, I have very distinct memories of this is why I love the game. While I may be a novice, maybe haven't like followed it as closely as you guys. There's just the first memory that always comes up for me is when I lived in Idaho. Like it was, I don't know which tournament it was. I think it might have been the World Cup, and I just remember waking up hella early, walking out with and seeing my dad like and mom up at like 5 or 6 in the morning, getting ready to watch some soccer. And my dad threw on the game, and it was just like all my other siblings were asleep, and it was just me, my dad, my mom, and my dad was just like, "Oh, tell me all about these players." And the one that I remember, he was my Capitan for many years to come, bro. Rafa Marquez, my guy, the legend. I get like a little emotional just like thinking about it, right? And like how much of my childhood was just like trying to like, like we as, I don't know about you guys, but me as a little kid, I would like wanted to cozy up to my dad, and I just wanted to like understand these players, right? And like know them. And Rafa Marquez was one of my dad's favorite players. So definitely one of the men that goes on my Mount Rushmore there. So solid first pick there for me. Second one, man, I'm just going like this is all just like my own personal Mount Rushmore. Watching Argentina win the last World Cup, man, was something special. I remember just it was me and Shelby and Pork Chop, and I was so incredibly proud of Argentina and Messi pulling it off, man, like solidifying his spot as the GOAT. Like, gotta show love to Messi. Lionel Messi, that man can't, like, I roast Fern all the time for it, but he is truly one of the GOATs, right? So this next player, again, just pure nostalgia, and also like he's still going, man. Memo Ochoa. Like we said, goalies don't get love. Put that man on my Mount Rushmore because I have had some of the most hype moments in front of my TV screen, just screaming at the TV, just like screaming this man's name, like
Dude,
right? What? And the last one, fourth, and again, just sheer nostalgia for me. Zidane, the headbutts that was seen around the world, man. That it stays in my head to this day. And also, that guy was pretty goated. I remember like watching highlights all throughout, like on YouTube when I was back in middle school, and just so cool. And an honorable mention out there for my guy Ronaldinho, because that's another guy who I would watch on YouTube all the time. Definitely another GOAT. But there is my Mount Rushmore.
Oh, dude. No, that's interesting. That's super cool to hear about. Zinedine Zidane. But yes, he was very headbutt will go down in absolute history and will never be lived down, which is pretty insane. But I love the Mexico nostalgia, dude. Like when you think about, our upbringing and kind of like watching soccer when we were younger. I mean, La Selección, bro, they were freaking ya se armó, bro. Like it was such a cool, like such a cool time to watch these guys play. So hats off to you, man. Those are cool.
And they don't have I play FIFA Pro Clubs with my friends sometimes, and I always want to get the Zidane cut because I play in that same position, and they don't have it on FIFA, so I just wanted to point that out, that you can't get the Zidane cut on there.
Nice, dude. Solid picks, fellas. Those are good picks. I'll kind of cap us off here for my Mount Rushmore. You mentioned this guy. I think the one, when I think about like the guy that really I watched 24/7 when I was, kind of coming up and starting to play when I was 5, 6 years old, and then kind of just going into, club games and, high school and all those things, and just kind of watching and kind of relating my game to someone. It has to be Ronaldinho. Like, to me, he was the number one. To me, he will always be the number one. The way that guy played, I mean, to me, it's like, if there is no Messi without Ronaldinho, there is no Joga Bonito without Ronaldinho. There is no, nice like advancements in like soccer shoes and football boots without Ronaldinho. Like,
No
to me,
flair.
yeah, to me, he started it all. I mean, you know what I mean? And it could be a bias thing, it could be that whole thing, but he's the reason I started playing. To be completely honest with you guys, like, I imitated him all the time, and I believe his video on YouTube where he like hits it off the crossbar, I believe that was the first video ever on YouTube to hit 1 million views, and I might have been 500,000 of those. Just saying, because I watch that shit all the time on repeat.
You know it's fake though, right?
No, it's real.
Huh. Somebody was talking about, like, bro, I could have sworn that was real. Like, I didn't know it was fake until like 2 years ago. I'm like, how?
No, I knew that. But I think the thing about that video, like, obviously that was cool, like, to see and all that stuff. But dude, to this day, I wear Tiempos. Like, that's how much that influence is, right? Like, all throughout my whole thing, like, I've worn Nike Tiempos all the time. It's crazy. But he's my number one on my Mount Rushmore. Number two has to go to the bad boy of soccer, in my opinion, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. The guy just don't give a shit. The guy is like, I don't know. I love his mentality. I love the way that he just kind of goes about, like, going about the game, talking about the game, influencing the younger generations, like, kind of like that whole don't be a wuss, like, just get after it type of a thing. And he was just a baller, you know what I mean? The best player ever in Sweden. The guy played on so many different teams in Europe. I just think he's a boss. Like, I love the mentality that he plays with, and I'm so glad that he's still involved in the game. So he's my number two.
It's so crazy to me that he never won a Champions League as well.
Yeah, I mean, championships for some, it is what it is, but what you do outside and how you can influence, like, individuals, I think that's also something that kind of plays into effect what I kind of see. So that's why I like Zlatan, you know what I mean? But he would be my number two. My number three has to go with Andres Iniesta. I think he is like such a glue player, you know what I mean? You can say it with Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, like those guys, right? But to me, the mastermind behind, that run that Barcelona had where they were just ridiculously good all the time, I think it kind of stems from Iniesta. If you ever watch this guy play, he knows what to do all the time, and he knows how to get out of any situation at any moment in time. I think he's still playing. Am I wrong?
I think he just retired last year, like, just barely though.
Okay.
He literally just barely retired. But I was gonna say, do you watch any Barca games at all?
Today?
Like, yeah, nowadays.
Nowadays, not as much.
Because I was gonna say, freaking, not saying he's as good, but he has the potential to. But Pedri is like, a lot of people say he's like, watching him play is really nice. I feel like you should watch it just to watch him play. It kind of reminds you of similar style of play. So
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I loved watching him play. I wished I could play that way. Like, I wish I could have been like that guy in the middle that can kind of orchestrate everything. But I was never that talented. So, hats off to Iniesta. I would put him as my number three. My number four is a little bit up in the air too. I mean, I think, you think about Lionel Messi, you think about Cristiano Ronaldo, the guys nowadays, they've been dominating for, so many different years. But you can also go back and think about, like, Johan Cruyff. You can think about, Maradona, Pelé, like things like players like that, right? Or even an R9 like Ronaldo. There's so many different players. It's hard for me to pinpoint a fourth, but if I had to, I would actually have to go with like a Maradona, because he was just so, like, he was the Messi before Messi type of a thing, and then if you've ever seen like that video of when he goes to Napoli, when he goes to Italy and plays over there, I don't know if you guys have ever watched it, but it was like the craziest thing, because he went, I think before that he was in Barcelona? Was it Fern?
Yeah,
He was in Barcelona before?
Yeah.
And then the weirdest thing, they're like, oh my gosh, why are you going to Napoli? Like, Serie A, like Italy, what the heck are you doing? And then this guy goes and just like changes this entire organization. Like, the stadium is so called, I believe, Diego Maradona Stadium. He won like 2 championships over there with them. He just changed everything. And I'm like, dude, that's sick. I mean, at the end of the day, like don't do drugs, kids. Like, don't do it because it ruins your life. But dang, dude, like that's ballsy to do, to go to a totally different team, new team, and just completely turn it around. And now they're even like so good. You know what I mean? So I have to give it to Maradona for the fourth.
I believe they're first in the Serie A right now, Napoli. And if I'm not mistaken, like 2 or 3 years ago, they won the league, and they might have a chance to win again this year. And it's like the first time in a while, I think, since like Maradona was there. So he's a big influence on a lot of people because he's like one of Messi's idols. And to be one of Messi's idols, you have to be a really great player, or not just like Messi. Sorry,
Right.
just like in general, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I know what you mean, for sure. But those are cool. We'll have to make something. We'll have to make some sort of a graphic and share it out with the folks, with the fans, because those are obviously some great players. And I think it's really just interesting to hear about like when you think about the game, you're like, oh, this is who I think about. You know what I mean? So super cool.
It's cool. It's connected, man. It's like just interesting to think because it's across any sport. Everybody has their goats. Everybody has their top players, and then there's also just picks that like speak to people, man. So I think that's just the cool thing about sports and like the love of the game.
For sure.
definitely.
Solid. Well, another headline that made its way into the MLS, into Major League Soccer specifically, we had Fern on the field at the Inter Miami game. If you guys didn't hear, if you guys didn't see, just kidding. There was a pitch invader, though, at the Inter Miami game. Some kid ran onto the field and, obviously got a sweet selfie with Messi. But the main reason I wanted to bring it up was for 2 reasons. One is because they got rid of Messi's bodyguard that was like, he was on it, dude.
If he was still there, that kid would be on the floor with at least 3 broken ribs.
Possibly. Who knows, dude? But yeah, they got rid of him. And obviously now you kind of have seen a pitch invader get through, and yes, you're never going to completely negate it, but would it have happened if he was there? I don't know. And then 2, I just think the way that Messi handled it, though, was pretty good. I think, when you kind of see pitch invaders, they can kind of do crazy stuff and they never really want to get selfies. Sometimes they just want attention. But a lot of times, like his invaders and like Cristiano's invaders, back when I saw like Ronaldinho and like Beckham and things like that, like they had pitch invaders and they always just wanted to get pictures. But I always think it was so crazy to think about like how they reacted to it. Because if you think about it, like think about like an invader, right? Like if somebody just runs onto the pitch when you're playing a game and all of a sudden they're running up to you and you're like, I wait, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I've seen some football players tackle them, but that
for sure. You know what I mean? Like I just feel like, I mean, I've never had this happen to me before, but like, how would you guys handle that? I feel like I'd be a little bit freaked out. Like hopefully this guy ain't got nothing on him that's gonna hurt me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, maybe it's a little bit different this time around just because it was a little kid,
Right.
But yeah, I don't know. That's crazy. I don't know. I can't imagine being at my job and somebody, let's say I'm freaking cooking some fries in McDonald's. Some guy comes in, jumps over the thing, be like, "Bro, those fries you made were freaking delicious. I had to come here and take a picture with you." So it's crazy to think that these people, or like how they're able to handle like somebody basically coming in to your job just because of how good you are at your job.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. It's crazy. And then like, I mean, aside from that, like, I think it was either earlier today or yesterday, I saw a video and I always see like random videos of like people like just seeing Messi out in the streets, like in his car, and they just go up to him and he signs like the jersey and stuff. So I mean, it probably helps a little bit that he's as big of a star as he is, that so many people come up to him all the time. He's kind of used to it. But yeah, it's still kind
What a
of
life.
crazy, So,
Yeah, what a life.
I'm just saying, I would do it. I'd run in there. I'm outrunning the security guard, bro. I don't care.
Cause it's like, bro, like honestly, again, I hate to like beat a dead horse, not LA Galaxies, but with Messi, bro, like you have one chance. You see the greatest player in the world right in front of you. Like if I see him out in public, I'm sorry, I'm gonna go ask for the picture, unless respectfully, right? I'll obviously like time and place, like never harass and attack people. They're people too, but I'm gonna wait for my opportunity to get that picture, and you better believe I'm getting that picture, bro. But yeah, all of that to say with pitch invaders, man, it's like you said, it's part of the game. he is definitely way more used to it. Having people run up on him, yes, that is like scary. Like for me, I'm like, damn, Messi. How tall is Messi, bro? Like he's
5'8",
like
maybe.
6'5",
and soccer
Stop,
players
dude.
like their body build isn't necessarily like
5'7".
bulky, you know.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, he's not that short.
Mhm.
I thought he was a lot shorter than that, but all those growth hormones they gave him back in Barcelona, man, it paid off. I'm getting off on the tangent here, but all of this to say, man, like Men's definitely like prepared for it. He sees people coming.
Yeah,
Definitely
sure.
used to it, which is definitely a good thing. Like
Yeah.
I'm curious if there's clips of Messi getting pitch invaders early on, bro. And he's just like,
Probably, dude. I'm sure everybody has that. But yeah, I mean, hats off to him for taking it in a good way, and then hats off to the guy that got the picture this last weekend. So we'll probably see more people
Have
doing
they
it.
posted it online? Has he like been like, oh look,
I don't
this is
know.
the picture I took with him? So
Maybe, man. I'm sure he would. I mean, if he could, he would. I wouldn't. I mean, I'd go like it, dude. Let's go like it if we
watch,
find
it
it.
just got hella blurry. He never actually got the.
It was the wrong way.
I did see something like that once. I don't remember who the people were exactly. I just know the context was like they were trying to get a picture, and like the famous person was trying to be nice and take the picture with them, but they kept fumbling their phone and like they couldn't figure out how to get the picture. And eventually, the guy's like, "Hey, bro, like I'm sorry,
I gotta go.
It took way too long.
I
It
gotta
took
go.
way too long. I gotta go."
Gotta be ready for the moment.
On accident, bro, and Messi's right in front of Fern. His phone was locked, bro.
Dude, that would suck so bad, bro.
My kids were trying to log in. It's locked for an hour. I'm like, I'm going to jail with no picture.
That would suck so bad. Oh, man. Yeah. Well, anyways, that did happen this last weekend. Another thing too, we do have a final set for the CONCACAF Champions Cup. We won't go into this week. It's still a whole month away. June 1st will be the CONCACAF Champions Final with the Vancouver Whitecaps, which is an MLS team, against the Cruz Azul, La Máquina from Liga MX, which will be cool, man. MLS versus Liga MX, so that'll be nice to watch. It will be in Mexico. We did find out that throughout the tournament, whoever obtained or gained the most amount of points throughout the whole tournament eventually hosts the final. So Cruz Azul will be hosting this one. If they had tied, it would have been in Canada. It would have been at BC Place with Vancouver. But because Cruz Azul won, it's going to be in Mexico. So we'll get into that a little bit later into the month. There's still a lot of soccer we played before then. So we'll get into that later.
I will not be watching.
I will be, because it will be a fun game.
Just kidding, I'll watch.
But we also have the FIFA Club World Cup, I believe, starting in about a month or two, maybe.
Which is June 12th-ish.
Okay, yeah, so about a month, which will be exciting. I think if people haven't really been watching or kind of keeping up with, the FIFA Club World Cup, I think it's going to be fun. And yes, it's a big money kind of driven tournament, but there is a lot of talent here. It's going to be fun to kind of watch some of these clubs go against each other. And for the first time, we're going to attempt to, as a team, decide who will win the FIFA Club World Cup. Let me share my screen here, everybody, and we will try to get this done. So here's our challenge today, viewers, ladies and gentlemen, everybody else watching. Fern, Lopez, this is the challenge today. We are going to attempt to agree on a winner for the FIFA Club World Cup in 3 minutes altogether. We might go over. If we somehow do less than 3 minutes, that'll be awesome, but we will probably go over. But we will do the group stage. It'll be the top two from each group. And then once we're done with this, it'll push us over to the knockout rounds. We'll pick the knockout rounds, and then we'll pick the quarters, semis, and the finals. And we will try to do this in 3 minutes. Should we do 3 minutes, or should we do 2 minutes? Three? Okay. 3 minutes. 3 minutes. If you guys can see my phone, 3 minutes and counting in 3, 2, 1.
Miami.
Okay. Miami.
Porto.
And Porto. I'm going to go with that.
And I'd say Palomeros as well.
Palomeros is probably third. With this one, I'm going to go with PSG and
Atletico.
Seattle, come on. Atletico. I mean, they got to win. Right?
Seattle's going though.
Seattle's going?
No. Okay.
Bayern, and then Benfica, Boca.
I'd say Benfica and Boca. I don't know either way, but I think those three would go
first.
And then
Boca
Benfica.
and then Benfica. Okay, there we go. I
Chelsea.
like that too. Chelsea's got to be top. I think Flamengo wins this one for sure.
And Leo.
Then Leon. Okay, Group E. I'm gonna go
Inter.
It has to be Inter. You think they beat Monterrey?
Yeah. River Plate, I think Monterrey beats Monterrey.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think Monterrey.
Let's go
they're gonna
Monterrey.
With Fern.
I think they're gonna win. You want River?
Let's
All
do
right,
it.
2-1. We'll go River.
Dortmund.
Oh yeah, we have to go Dortmund, and then Fluminense has to be this one.
Yeah,
This one's a
I
pretty
don't
easy
know.
group,
I don't know.
think.
I don't know those guys.
City,
Juve.
and Juve.
Juventus.
I don't
This
know
is an
those.
easy group. Real
Real
Madrid,
Madrid.
Pachuca.
This
No,
one,
this
one's a
probably
bit hard because
Salzburg.
Salzburg and Hilal. Yeah, Al Hilal.
Oh.
Pick knockouts.
Wait, did we do this then?
Yeah,
we
that's
good
fine.
with this? Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't think
Okay.
Al Hilal will do it.
Okay, here we go. Pick knockouts. Ooh. Miami versus Atletico. Dude, Atleti has to beat them. There's no way, dude. I'm sorry. Messi has to lose. Bayern,
Bayern. I'm gonna go
Flamengo, Bayern. Inter has to win. Inter has to win this one.
If City's playing like they are right now, I will go City.
They might. Okay, we'll go City. I like that one too. PSG has to win this one. Yes. I go
Yeah,
PSG. I go
PSG.
we
My
got-
only thing is the
We got
Champions
60
League.
seconds, fellas. We got 60
60
seconds.
seconds,
Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Chelsea's
Dortmund.
winning this one.
Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Real Madrid.
Madrid
Oh,
for sure.
Madrid.
Madrid over Juve.
What are you talking about, dude? Madrid. Oh, okay.
Dortmund.
Dortmund.
Madrid.
Madrid. Okay,
I would
okay.
go Madrid.
Madrid. Okay.
My-
PSG versus Chelsea.
PSG's been the better team this year.
PSG. Okay. Yeah. They've been pretty good.
Inter's been better than City this year.
City. Oh my
Inter,
gosh,
I'm gonna go
are you
Inter.
serious?
Inter.
Okay, we'll go Inter. I like it. They're gonna be in Orlando.
Bayern.
Philly. Ooh, Bayern. Yeah, Bayern probably takes that one. This is a tough one, boys. We got 30 seconds. Bayern versus Internacional. Inter's probably gonna win this one.
Yeah.
I feel like Inter can take this one. It'll be tough.
I'm gonna say PSG on this one. I'm not gonna lie, just because Madrid
PSG?
has had injuries and they haven't been the best this year. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think
Personal.
Real Madrid has been playing as well as they have. I almost would have picked them as I would have picked Borussia instead of Real Madrid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think PSG will take this one. And then for the grand final, we have Inter versus PSG.
Inter.
Oh,
PSG.
timer's up. Who do we have for the
I had
final?
I had
winner?
PSG winning this. I don't know about you guys.
I'm like
I
I
got
don't
Inter.
follow soccer, man. I'm going off a gut feeling alone. Inter.
I think Inter wins this.
You guys, yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
The-
we
so
go.
my thought process.
Ding, ding,
No.
ding, ding, ding. The time is up. This is who we have. Let's
We got
see.
Inter
What are your
winning.
thoughts? What are your thoughts, Fern? You were gonna say something. What do you think, man? You like it?
My heart was telling me Inter Miami at the beginning. That's all I was. Yeah, I got outvoted. Just know I said Miami. So when they beat Atletico Madrid, if this is how it plays out, obviously.
if this is how it plays.
No, but I was just gonna say, City and Madrid are two of the biggest teams. They have the best squads. So I mean, this is just me going up based off now. This is in like a month, almost 2 months with July 13th.
Mhm.
But just based off the way the Madrid squad is right now, with all the injuries and everything, I would probably think they wouldn't win this year. But they should make it far because some of these teams aren't per se at the caliber of some of the other teams, so they should be able to make it far. But as soon as if they do happen to go up against a team like PSG, Inter, or Bayern, I can see them losing.
Got it.
So
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens, man. I think that was a little bit fun. We barely got it done, fellas. We barely got it done. But we'll save that. We have, as a group, Inter taking the FIFA Club World Cup. Will they win? Will they not?
they'll lose
Only time will tell.
they'll lose tomorrow though.
Oh, in the champions. We'll see. I think they're a good team, man. I really like them a lot. I mean, if anyone's going to do it, if anyone can beat this Barcelona team.
They are a good team, but Barcelona's better. And if there was a team to beat, Barcelona, it's not Inter. It's on the other side of the pitch, probably PSG.
You think so? You think they're that? I mean, I haven't really watched PSG, so I got to watch them.
Yeah, I
I know
mean,
Dembele is playing very well.
at the end of the day, I'm just gonna say I don't think any team can beat Barcelona, but that's just being dumb.
Hey,
A team can beat Barcelona, so
Every team can have their day. I'm just saying. You never know. I'm excited to watch that game tomorrow, though. That'll be fun. I'm gonna
watch it,
for
Lopez.
sure.
Watch it, Lopez.
What time is it at, bro?
It's at 1.
1, yeah. 1 o'clock.
I might throw. Ooh, yeah, I might throw it on. We'll see.
Hell yeah, love it. Those are our picks for the FIFA Club World Cup. I believe it's 401 days out till the FIFA World Cup. So we'll continue to kind of bring you some of that content. Fern, I'm not sure if you had something for that specifically today, just something quick before we get into the picks. But 401 days until the FIFA World Cup, the last little headline we had.
Yeah, just with the World Cup coming up, and U.S., Canada, and Mexico being the host nations, I just wanted to ask you guys quickly if you happen to know what the highest placement for each team was. I'll start off with Canada, if you happen to know what their highest position or placement in the tournament was.
So like, do you mean when you
in,
mean that,
in their
like,
in their history, like the
But do you mean like they made it to like the
like
round of 32?
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I have a specific
Like number.
a specific number. I can't
Okay,
remember.
it's tough. For Canada, I feel like they've probably made it to the round of 32s.
So there was 32 teams participating. And
Oh, okay. So then it's a round of
it's
16.
32. 32 is the amount
Starting.
of yeah. So
Yeah.
just so you guys have
So
a
then they
base
go-
number. Yeah.
And then they go to the 16s, no?
Yeah.
There's
So it's the
16 teams.
group round of 16, quarter, semi, final.
Okay. I'm gonna go with like 14th.
What about you, Lopez, for Canada?
Like as far as Canada, like making it in
Yeah.
the turn, how in historically,
And historically, and then the bottom is 32.
I don't know, man. Like thinking about developed nations, like Canada has been developed for quite some time, and I'm just like this isn't like again, like obviously, like poorer countries have produced some really incredible talent. Again, not speaking about in any negative format of people who
Yeah.
make more or less money. I could see Canada making it at least to like the semifinals, if not the finals of the World Cup.
In the past.
Like in the past, in history, like yeah,
Okay.
like Canada has been around. Like how long has Canada been a country, Fern?
I don't know.
Country,
I don't know.
okay. As a country, yes, they've been a developed country, but
We're talking
I'll
about
tell
soccer.
you this, Lopez. As a soccer team, as a
How young
Canadian
are they?
soccer
Yeah.
team,
Okay, let
they
me.
have not been very good until about like the last 4, maybe 5 years.
I'll tell you this.
Okay, now I'm going to go backtrack then. Give me the round of 16 then, whatever you guys are saying.
Okay, so you said round of 16. What'd you say, Lopez?
I said like 14th. It's probably the highest seeding.
14th. Okay. So for Canada, they've only ever made it to 2 World Cups ever.
Yeah.
Like,
And
total, that's wild.
ever.
Like just
And so they made it in 1986, and in 1986 there was 24 teams, finished 24th.
Can you give me some context here though? Like how long has like the World Cup been a thing? Like, how many years? Like this is gonna because I'm gonna just try and guess, get some educated guesses going.
Yeah.
The first World Cup was in 1930 in Uruguay.
Yeah,
and then
it was like before World War II.
Yeah.
This
It was old.
in the Depression.
Yeah, it was wild.
It's been a while.
Okay,
wild.
all right. Oh no, thank you. I'm gonna try and be smarter than that next.
But
time.
just so you're aware, like Fern just mentioned, like they probably only they've only been to 2 World Cups, but legitimately like they have not been very good team.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Because
how many
look,
World Cups does that make it though? Like,
Well, think about this.
Every
So-
4 years.
Every
20, so do 2025 minus 1930. So that's 70, 80, 90, 95. 95? No, 95 divided by 4. What's 95 divided by 4?
Oh, we're getting roasted. I didn't do something.
What's 95 divided by 4?
22.
There have been 22, World Cup tournaments. 22, yeah. But think about so they made it in 1986. They finished 24th out of 24th, and then the 2022 World Cup was the next World Cup they made it. So from 1986 all the way until 2022.
Wow.
So this past World Cup they made it, and then this coming World Cup they technically only qualified because they're a host nation. I'd be surprised if they didn't make it. So, and then in this past World Cup, there's 32 teams, right?
You have 3 fingers up, but yes.
Well, 32.
Yeah.
So 32 teams, they finished 31st. So
No way.
technically
That's wild.
technically speaking, based off the numbers, that is technically their best World Cup because they didn't finish last.
Wow, that's insane, bro.
That's sad.
I mean, I
yeah,
don't know.
no, there you go. I was hyping up Canada way too much, bro.
No, but they have been good recently. Like the last couple years, they've been pretty good.
They've pulled up some cool wins, man. Like that's the thing.
And I think they have some studs like this year, but like honestly, like they have not been good at
on the
all.
world stage. Yeah.
The CONCACAF has runs through either Mexico or recently the U.S., but typically Mexico.
Well, like
Yeah,
I'm just like
'cause-
thinking about it. There's only been 22 World Cups. There's teams that have won what, like 3, 4?
Yeah, so Brazil 5,
Five,
Italy-
and then
then
Argentina 4. No,
9 of
three,
the
I
20.
think.
three, and Germany's 4.
Right.
My bad.
Yeah, and then
Germany's
Italy
4.
has like
5, 6, 7, 8,
4 or
9,
5
10,
as
11,
well.
12.
Yeah, the majority. I think CONMEBOL.
I
It's
think
like a
South
handful of
America has.
countries that
Yeah,
have won the World Cup.
I
That
think
is-
South America has the most
Yeah.
amount of World Cups. So,
Hmm.
and then because I was curious, because
I
I
didn't think that either.
honestly didn't realize that Canada had finished second to last until
I
I
didn't
did
know.
this.
That's
But
wild.
I think the only reason that they finished, so they were the only team not to win or draw in the entire tournament.
Oh, wow.
So
Interesting.
they lost all 3
just
group
lost.
stage. Yeah,
Crazy.
or no, there must have been one worse other team though, because they were 31st out of 32 apparently. From my sources, I might be wrong. I'm not gonna claim that I'm the expert, but that's what I saw from when I looked it
Nice.
up. What do you guys want to go with? Mexico, U.S.? I'll let you
Sure.
guys pick. Which
Mexico.
one? Which Mexico? Okay. Why did I write that? Okay, so what do you think is Mexico's best finish in terms of number? Because that's what I have down here.
What was it, 20, you're thinking 15? I think the year, so no era penal year was at 2018 or something like that.
14.
Is that 2014? Okay. That was a quarterfinal game. So there had to have been, 8 teams left?
That was a round of 16.
Was it a round of 6? No way, really?
Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
wild.
I'm giving you hints. My bad. Never mind.
I know, that's wild. You might be right. Yeah, 15. Yeah, I'll go 14. I'll go 14. I thought they were
14.
higher. I'll go 14.
You're gonna go 15th. Okay. Well, you guys are fake. They finished 6th twice in the history of the
Okay, I was like,
Mexican
dude, there's
national
no freaking
team.
way.
which was in 1970 and 1986
Oh, wow.
were the times. And then so what the heck? I just realized this. They were banned in 1990. We'll have to look into that. Yeah, so 1986 they made the quarterfinals. 1990 they were banned, and then from 1994 all the way down to 2018 they only made it to the round of 16, and 2022, the last World Cup, they got bounced out in the group stage. So
Yeah. That's crazy, though. 6th. That's pretty solid. That's pretty good.
Mexico was banned from the 1990 FIFA World Cup because they used 4 overage players in qualifying for the 1989 FIFA World Youth Championship, violating FIFA rules. There you go. Mystery solved.
Interesting.
dang.
Huh.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
now we got the U.S. Round us out, my guy. U.S. Let's see. Fern, Lopez, what do you think, man? In terms of placing,
Give me 15 again.
I'm gonna go higher. I think they've are probably close-ish to the U.S., but probably not as much. So I'm gonna go like 8.
okay. So for some reason, so their best ever finish was in the very first World Cup in 1930. Their best ever finish. But then for some reason they decided to put modern since the modern times after. So first ever World Cup, they finished 3rd.
Wow, no way.
Yeah.
First World Cup.
Very first, 1930.
I believe Uruguay won that World
Yeah,
Cup. Correct.
they did.
Uruguay
It was
won that World Cup,
it was hosted in Uruguay and they won.
which is weird, but okay.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. But we can always get into that. But
Yeah. So,
Uruguay. I gotta know. Uruguay, was it? Did they play Brazil?
let me
or
tell you real
Argentina?
quick.
I think
So
it
it
was
was Argentina.
Okay, Argentina.
But I mean, not to discredit the U.S., but they did play Yugoslavia in the third, fourth game. So it seems like, But yeah, so they finished 3rd in 1930, and then 1934. So the World Cup after, they made it to the round of 16. The one after that, they withdrew. And then in the 50s, they got to the group stage. And from 1954 all the way to 1986, they did not qualify for the World Cup, which is,
yeah.
I don't know. That's crazy to go from 3rd place the very first World Cup and have that big, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 World Cups without qualifying.
Wow.
And then after that stint of not qualifying, their best. Yep.
What years were that again?
1954 to 1986.
Oh, okay, interesting. That's so weird.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
And so yeah, like literally their first 4 World Cups they did pretty well. They didn't qualify, and then after that stint of 1986 of not qualifying, after that their best ever finish was round of 16.
Okay.
So that's
Yeah,
why
that was the what game was that they lost? Did they lose to Ghana?
let me
It was like
the round of
one of the-
16 one. Is that what you're
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah,
Yeah, let me see.
maybe.
For
'Cause I think that's where I think that's the
knockout
year that
stage, round of
I'm in
16.
my head. I feel like it was the year that they lost.
They
to
lost to
Ghana.
Brazil
Oh, interesting.
that
Okay, I'm
year.
way off then. Never mind.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very cool.
I bet you
Yeah,
there's
but
so much history within that though, bro. Because like, why was the U.S. so good, and then out of nowhere we then again started not qualifying? And I guarantee, looking at it historically, the U.S. probably was like, oh, that's another like international sport. We want to focus on American sports like football and baseball and all these things, and then put soccer to the wayside. But I don't know. But that's my guess.
Yeah.
Like, right, like just looking at history. But that's just the cool thing about looking at the numbers like that of like what
Yeah.
caused those shifts, because like that's pretty cool. Finishing third in the first like ever World Cup, like the U.S. to think what could have been, right? Like the dominance in that sport if they would have like invested in.
Well,
who knows, man?
look at the women's side of it. They're the
Yeah.
U.S. women's national team is literally the most successful international women's team, and that's what happens when you focus your assets and everything into like a growing sport. 'Cause, you know, they became the best. Some of the best women's soccer players were U.S. national players. Some of the like right now it has been trending a bit towards more of kind of how it is now, but the thing is the women players can compete with the European players and on the women's side of the game. So who knows? We'll see. But and then the Ghana game you were thinking of was in 2010.
Oh, okay, that's what I was thinking. Because that's the one that they Ghana went. They played with Hawaii.
Yeah.
The whole that game. Yeah. Okay.
Oh my gosh, bro. That's another core memory I have for soccer, but I won't go off on that rant. So
We'll get into
Suarez.
it. We'll get into it, man. I think the FIFA World Cup segment will be fun. We're obviously very, very excited for that to kind of come about, and we'll definitely be covering it, especially with it being in the U.S. So look for that. We'll continue to talk about it. If y'all have anything that you want to hear us discuss, let us know. You can send us some stuff on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever. Let us know.
let me know who you think is going to be making that World Cup song. Shakira dropping the banger back in the day, bro. Who dropped the last World Cup song? I can't remember.
I love that you say this.
I did see rumors that Kanye West was going to release the World Cup.
No way, dude. I'm gonna say this. Listen, Shakira, you did great music. I would love to see an American artist. You know what I mean? It's in the U.S. Get an American artist. Do somebody from here, and I would love it to be like super Americanized, like
Kanye West.
No, like super country or super like rap or super like rock and roll almost. Like that's kind of what I feel like when you think about like American music. That's kind of what I think about. I would love to see somebody do that. I'm not saying they have to, but I'm just saying I would love to see it. That's my thoughts.
My guess is going to be somebody that's like Mexican American, like Becky G. Clip it.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I can see that. Honestly, yeah, I feel like I could that like
I don't know her.
What I call it, like
though.
reggaeton type.
Yeah,
music, because it's catchy. I just feel like people have too negative, or not negative opinion, but not a lot of people like country music. It's not very super universal, to be able to have it as a World Cup.
That's what I'm saying. It's the U.S. It's in the U.S.
He's trying to show the culture, Fern.
Yes, my bad.
Why can't we have a Becky G, a Luke Combs, and
I guess we could
Canada,
we need
just make a song. Like, that'd be sick.
Okay, my guess is Post Malone. All right, there you go. Country singer.
I could see it.
I could see it. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I like it.
We'll see what they do. But throw it in the comments below. Who's gonna throw up the next World Cup banger?
Yeah, it's got to be good too. It's got to be good. They're all pretty good, so we'll have to see what happens. Sick guys. We're coming up on time here, fellas, so we're gonna go right into our picks. We are going to do it a little bit differently this time. Instead of going through each and every individual game, you guys can see this, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. We're just going to say which game, one specific game for each of us that we're kind of looking forward to, just so that everybody else is aware. every single game is on Saturday except for this bottom game. This is our Sunday night soccer. Uh, but all these games will be on Saturday, other than the Vancouver game. But from this first slate, kind of in the morning, here's who we have picked out for the winners. Anyone from here, any game from here that you guys kind of look at and say, this is the game for this week or for this day?
From this group, Chicago Fire beating Atlanta United. I am an Atlanta lover, but I just want to call that one out so I can make fun of both of you.
It's a bold statement. I'm thinking Atlanta's at home too, but yeah, they haven't been playing well. And I remember going through the cracked rankings, and
they're away.
Oh, they are away. Okay, interesting. I might have to change my. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see, man. This will be a fun one to watch for sure. I like it. For me, I think it's gonna have to be the Philadelphia Union versus the Columbus Crew. I think it's a bit of more of in the afternoon-ish game. Two teams that are just top Eastern Conference right now. It's going to be very good. I hope it's going to be very good. The last thing I want is a 0-0 game. But Columbus, I mean, they're just on this crazy hot streak. I think they pulled this one out. But that game, the Philadelphia Union versus Columbus Crew, I see that as a top and a must-watch game for this Saturday. Fern, what do you think, dude?
For me, the one game, and it's not necessarily because it's going to be like a fun game or something. I am for sure going to watch the LA Galaxy game just because I saw them live. They played like ass, and now that they have all their good players, I want to see if anything has changed. Obviously nothing has changed because they still haven't won, but I just want to see. I feel like I need to travel to LA just for this, just to see it live.
I know, right? It'll be interesting to watch them, man. Hopefully they can get, a win, but I don't know, man. I think we talked about it last time too. They have a pretty tough schedule coming up, and I have a hard time seeing them get a good win here soon. So I don't know. I do believe the longest winless streak ever was like 13 games to start a season. I believe it was, I want to say it was Cincinnati. And that's like to start the season. I think in terms of like winless or like losing streak is probably a little bit bigger. But I believe Cincinnati has the longest losing streak to start a season. And
I guess it's different because technically they haven't lost every single game.
Correct.
But I did look it up, and Orlando has the longest losing streak in MLS history, 9 games.
Yeah, so we'll have to look up that stat, but I do believe it's something like that. But yeah, hopefully, if LAFC gets a win, great. But if not, we're not banking on it. So like Lopez said, we ain't banking on them anymore. And then this is the afternoon games for Saturday as well as.
Sorry. The longest losing start to a season was achieved by Toronto FC in 2012, who opened the campaign with 9. Oh, this is okay. Sorry, I'm 9 consecutive losses.
Yeah,
to start the season. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
I think it was wrong. I don't remember. I wanted to say it was Cincinnati. That it was like in terms of like ties and losses.
Guinness Book of World Records has the longest winless streak by Major League Soccer team is 14 games by the New York Red Bulls. But again, I don't know if that's from the start of the season. But that's 14 consecutive games by the winless games by the New York.
Don't worry. By next week, I'm gonna look through every season of the MLS to get this information to you guys.
We're just like so hyper fixated on this number.
We will get it, everybody. Sweet. And then, like I said, the evening window for Saturday as well as Sunday night soccer.
That Sunday night game looks so nice.
Exactly. I mean, pick what you want for the evening game for Saturday, but Sunday, that is a must watch. Vancouver versus LAFC. Is it in LA? Have we seen this? Is it LA or is it in Vancouver?
It is in it's in Vancouver.
Okay, so it's going to be in Canada. Yeah, that'll be interesting, bro. I mean, I think Vancouver's just too good right now, but you never know what LA can do. Lucky them. It's almost like they're Miami. Weird. But yeah, I like the Sunday game. If I do have to choose another game, probably from this later slot, I do like Nashville and Charlotte, but I think more what I like is the Colorado versus Earthquakes game, just to see how the Quakes end up going. And I hope they just kind of continue that win streak. So I'm going to go with Colorado versus San Jose. I hope that's a good one to watch. I hope San Jose wins. Don't let me down, Earthquakes. I want you guys to win. Please win.
I need RSL to win this week.
Go Pids.
No.
Nice. Any other games you guys are looking at here for the end of the Saturday or the Sunday night soccer game?
I am curious about that RSL game versus FC Dallas. FC Dallas has been looking a lot better. I'm taking your word for it, Reyes. I didn't watch that RSL game. Low-key giving up on my boys. Just kidding. Look, will forever be a loyal fan. I want to clarify that. I'm just not going to waste my time watching them be ass. But
Nice.
with that, all that to say, with both these teams kind of being like on the up and up a little bit, we'll see if they can make for an interesting game.
Yeah. Solid.
Fern, interesting game.
Fern, interesting game. Ooh,
Fern,
okay. I see what you
interesting
did there. Fern, what do you think, man?
Honestly, it's that Sunday game. I can't besides the RSL game because I need to watch. It's hard because I have
Get
so
it
much,
out, Fern. Get it out.
I have so much soccer to watch that because like I have a big game that I need to watch on Sunday as well. So I'm gonna see how my schedule works out. Probably have like my TV, freaking my phone, my tablet, grab my wife's phone and start watching the games. So
Yep. There you go.
so
Nice.
but yeah, no.
Solid stuff. Yeah, we'll see kind of what happens. Let me bring it back here. We'll see what happens this week. Week 12 of the MLS regular season. This has been episode number 12 of the Crack Soccer Podcast. Final words, fellas. Anything else just to kind of cap us off before we end the show here today?
Hit us with your Mount Rushmores in the chat. Hit us with your who you think is going to be headlining or making the banger of a song for the World Cup this next year.
Waka.
Yeah, see? Get us singing, bro. Get us singing. That's all I'm saying. Fern, take us away.
Yeah, guys. Well, thank you guys for watching. We appreciate the support, the likes, everything, the comments. So keep it coming, and we'll keep coming back and giving you guys opinions and thoughts that you don't care about, but we'll make you care about them.
You're going to care. You're going to care one way or another.
Yeah.
Love it. Love you guys. Appreciate it. Like, subscribe, share. We out here. Peace.